Hi there, and welcome to our series on how to use Statbot. Today we have a very special episode for you as we will be discussing invite tracking, Statbot's newest feature that was released recently. A small disclaimer that some of the terms and wordings and phrases may change over time as we settle into this new feature and receive your feedback. To start off, let us head over to the dashboard and take a look at how you can look at your server's invite tracking. We click on the dashboard, and on your server, you click Dashboard. Next, you look in the left-hand side bar and you'll see Invites. This will take you to our new graphs that show your invites and when they were most active, and a leaderboard for all the invites that have been made, and a leaderboard for the invites of users. So how many people did a user invite? Of course, our dev is the highest. You have a pie graph that shows the different, the top 10 invites of your server. And you will also have a log that shows users that have joined from a specific invite. On our server, you will also see that the invite has a name called main. So here we have an invite of a user that shows the numbers. This is the invite number. And here you have a name. And I'm going to show you guys in a sec how to do that. We also have filters for invites, so you can say how long back you'd like to see. The same kind of filters you would have for message and voice is available to you for invites. You can even see all time, though currently we only have invite data from February of 2026, because this is when the system was started running in the back end. So you will only have that data, and sadly we cannot fetch historical data on invites. If we could, that would have been great, but that is not information we can receive from Discord. Then you have your filters you can add. You can filter it by members, so you can either blacklist or whitelist members that you would like to see the invites they have made in your server. You can filter it by the invites themselves. Again, this was where I mentioned that you can name invites. So here's all the invites that is recorded in Statbot server currently. And then the main one is the one that we have basically listed everywhere. This is the one we use all the time. It's our permanent invite, and you can filter it to show just the data of that invite alone, even the logs to show which users joined by that invite. You can delete it easily if you don't want to see that anymore, and it's also blacklist and whitelist. And then we have invite fake reasons. So invites can be sorted by things like, is the person a new account? Have they done the onboarding or not? Is the invite temporary? We will go further into what all these reasons mean specifically when we go into the settings, but you can sort your invites by these reasons, which are fake reasons you can have basically for an invite existing, a user showing up in the logs, an invite considered valid or not, essentially. There's also the server settings filters, so there will be filters that is applied at all times. You can also view some of this data, not all of it, some of this data via commands through the stats and chart command. So stats invites and chart invites are two commands you can use either with prefix or slash commands. Both will work. The chart command will show you the chart, so basically the graph that includes the invites that you have in your filter, your global filter for your server. And the stats command will show you your top 10 invites and your top 5 inviters, along with the pie graph, the same one you see here. Now let's go over the settings for invites. You can do this by clicking on the settings option in the left-hand side menu, or as before on your My Service page, hovering over your server icon and clicking on settings. In the settings section, you will head over to the stats tab and scroll down till you get to some of the invite settings. So firstly, we have the invite fake reasons. This is a filter settings that will allow you to essentially globally over your entire server filter out what you want included in your graphs and in your leaderboards and your pie chart and everything. So let me explain what each one of these reasons mean. A self means that you left and joined by that invite. Already joined means that the user had already joined the server before and rejoined under that. No avatar means that they do not have an avatar set on their account. Require role means they do not have the required role you have set for them to be included as an invited person. Pending means that they have applied to join your server, but you have not accepted yet. The member left means that that user is no longer in the server. New account means that whatever amount of time you set that a person is classified as a new account has not passed. Require onboarding means the user has not completed the onboarding when joining your server. Temporary means that the invite was temporary and the user was only in your server for the period that the temporary invite was. So for those who do not understand what a temporary invite is, when you create an invite on Discord, you can set it as temporary, which means that the moment the user logs off of Discord, essentially, they exit Discord, they log off, whatever that might be, basically, Discord isn't open anymore, they are automatically then removed from the server. New member means that it is the amount of time since the user joined your server, as where new account is the amount of time since they created their Discord account. New member is when they've joined your server. Require home actions. On this one, it is to do with the server guide settings. So if you have server guide settings set up where a user has to complete a set of actions before the server guide is considered as completed, that is this option. So this means they have not done it. To clarify again, require home action and require onboarding means they have not done these actions yet. You can here either whitelist or blacklist reasons. So say you don't want new accounts to show in your invites, you turn on the blacklist, and you can also set it to either any or all. If it's any one of these reasons, and the invite is disqualified. If it's all, then it is all the reasons you have ticked on that will disqualify an invite. For our server, we leave it as blank just so that people can see how invites look. And as it is a support server, we have a lot of traffic that comes and goes. Then we have the invites blacklist and whitelist. So say you only want your main invite visible, you can select it here. You can set it to whitelist and boom, there you go. It is always going to only show the invites for your main invite that you have set. To set your main invite, you'll scroll down to tracking. You'll see the invite tracking section, which will have multiple settings. So we have the require account age. This is set in minutes. So how many minutes has the user's account existed? You'll put the number in there, and that will then account to the fake reason of new account. Required joined age. So how long has the user been in your server before they are considered as a member of the server and no longer a new member. You can set this to whatever number you like. Require role. Say that you have a verified role that you want people to have to be considered part of your server. You can go here, you can add that role, and they again would have to have that role to be considered a new member. This also includes the any and all option. So it could be that it could be any set of roles that they have to have, or it could be all of the roles that you have listed. Next is invite labels. This is where you can choose any one of the invites that you have made and you could give it a name. So as you can see here, we have our main invite set, the one made by our dev, and you can even rename it or delete it at any time you like. This does not delete the invite or any record of the invite, it just deletes the label that you have given it. Next, we will look at how to use invites in StatDocs. As previously said, when you go over to the StatDocs tab, this is a section that we are going to do a proper guide on, but we are going to take a quick look at what you get with Premium StatDoc Plus for invites. We click Add, we head over to the Builder. This is also available under the presets, but we'll pop onto the Builder here, and you will see there's invite count, right? So this is, you will choose if you wanted to include only users and bots. And then you set which invite will it be filtering. So say we want to say main, and then we will set, do we want any of these reasons for why the number should be included or not included. So basically the person that joined should be included or not included. You can also do a count here. So if you're like trying to invite a certain amount of people, you can do like a goal, all available. And you click add counter, and there it will be, and this will show as a number. So here is a preview where it says the member count, but this you could write here invite, and that number will show how many people have joined by that invite you have set. Next, we'll take a look at the premium StatRoles Plus feature you receive with invite tracking. We head over to StatRoles and we click on Add. Again, this is a section we are going to do a whole guide on. If it isn't available yet, please look out for it in the future. But it's simple. We click on Add Condition. We see there's an invites condition. And now we get the option to say between what numbers. These are how many people did a user invite. So say you are running an event of some kind where you are doing an invite a friend an event and you want people to get a role for how many friends they invited to your server, just to say, hey, thanks for doing that. You can set your minimum number of what they should have gotten for people to join by an invite in a certain amount of time, and then they will get the role for that. You can also do the filters. Same thing as before with the StatDocs Plus. You can add the invite filters to filter out which invites are allowed and which aren't, which reasons to blacklist and whitelist with the any and all option as well, and all the normal filters that you would see on stat roles. That is globally for all stat roles, which is the member filters and the role filters. You can even invert this stat role so that it can be less than that number. That is also an option. There's also the availability. You are paying for Stat Roles Premium when you get this, so you will also have access to having the top inviter option and also inviter day range for how many invites a person did in a certain amount of days over a look back. And there you have it. That is invite tracking. Invite tracking is free to all servers and is a core feature of Statbot. The only part of it that is locked behind premium features is the stat docs and stat roles options to use invites, and also seeing more than 30 days worth of invites and role filtering. If you enjoyed this new feature or would like to give us feedback on anything about it, be sure to join our Discord server linked below and on our main page of YouTube. Thank you very much for watching and have a great day.